We are back in the building. What is up? While we coming up on the NFL draft, stuff is heating up. Each day we approach the draft and the OTAs. The Cleveland Browns are trying to mold this team with the new coach, Todd Monken, the new coaching staff, revamping this offensive line and getting this offense some weapons, some wide receivers, some offensive linemen, and some defensive players. They trying to make a push to try to win the division against the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens. Now, there's questions going on around the media with Mary Kay Cabot revealing her favorite for the Browns QB1 job starting next year in the beginning of the year. This is what her percentage is, what she thinks that is going to be the favorite. And it's a good time for them to trade Myles Garrett. They've just restructured his contract. And what would you do if you had an opportunity to trade Myles Garrett? Now, we got Tony Rizzo and Mary Kay Cabot chiming in on that. And both Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders is both working out. They working hard, man. We haven't heard nothing from Deshaun Watson. We heard a little bit from Shedeur, and they both working out hard, man. And actually yesterday, Shedeur was on social media talking to Jay Cinco, a YouTuber, a content creator. He was talking about hooking up, and Shedeur was saying about his dedication, and he was in the lab in Colorado. Real quick, this video is sponsored by the YouTube channel Whispers of Raindrops. If your mind's been racing, you're stressed, or if you just can't sleep, I got something for you. Over here, it's nothing but peaceful vibes, rain sounds, fireplace crackling, even chill cafe jazz to help you focus and unwind. So after this video, go check it out. This is in the link in the description. Whispers of Raindrops. Trust me, you'll feel the difference.
Hey, bro, what you doing this weekend, man?
Oh, I'll be in Colorado.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm having a baby shower this weekend, man. I was gonna see if you could pull up. I know you be busy, bro.
Fam, I know. I seen the thing.
I know, man.
I definitely gonna pull up, game, but I gotta be dedicated to this work.
Nah, come on. Come first, bro. You know I be rooting for you, bro. You the only reason I watch the Brown game, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a band, bro.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, rooting for you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never bought, subscriptions, bro. I be watching every game. Once the Shedeur get checked in, some respect. For real, bro. I'm not playing with you, bro.
NFL subscriptions be all right.
There you go, man. That's with Shedeur and Jay Cinco. Man, he's locked in the lab, and he's making sure that he take care of business. And they showed some clips of him at the gym the other day. And so, hey, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see both of them go at it 100%. Now we also got Mary Kay Cabot on the percentage of Shedeur Sanders being the favorite at QB1 next year. So starting game one of the opener.
Mary Kay Cabot with us on the show. What is the percent chance that Shedeur Sanders starts this season, week one, as the quarterback of the Browns?
Right now I would probably put it at, 60%. Because if I look at...
Not bad. We had a guest on
twice as high as Albert Breer.
Yeah, I was going to name names, but he'll go ahead and name names. Twice as high as Albert Breer goes Mary Kay Cabot. Now that we're done getting all excited, tell me why after we cut you off. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I just think that if it comes down to Deshaun versus Shedeur, I just think there's going to be a lot of sentiment to go with the player that you finished last season with and who showed what Todd Monken described as elite playmaking ability. And in the event that you throw him out there and for some reason it doesn't work out the way that you hoped, then you could always turn it over to Deshaun. But I think with the way, there are extenuating circumstances. With the way fans feel about Shedeur and the way fans feel about Deshaun, it might make more sense to see what Shedeur can do. And then, once again, if it doesn't go the way that you hope, then people would be primed and ready for the Deshaun experience. They might not want that at the beginning of the season, and that could be a distraction. So I just think there's going to be some sentiment to see what Shedeur can do with an upgraded supporting cast, with a better offense around him. with play calling designed for him, with reps throughout the whole entire offseason and preseason with the starters. And I know Todd Monken likes him, and he's excited to work with him. And, we're going to have to see how this plays out because, in my mind, one of the biggest factors here is which of these two quarterbacks is going to know the Todd Monken offense well enough to show out in these offseason and preseason workouts and games. That's going to be the key. You've got to know the new scheme inside and out.
Well, now she made some good points. First, go with the player that finished the season last year, which would be Shedeur. And Todd Monken thought that he showed elite playmaking ability. That's what he said. And also, Shedeur Sanders would get a lot of reps with the ones. He won't start off like Stefanski did last year with that mess. He'll get a lot of ones reps, him and Deshaun Watson. And the offense should have a major upgrade in talent. So that's what we banking on. And if it's between the two different ways of the, fan base, they thinking that probably be best to put in Shedeur first. And then if it don't work out, something happens in the middle of the season or whatever, he got his opportunity. And then if it don't work out, then put in Deshaun Watson. To me, now that would be more acceptable to the fan base, all the people that don't like Deshaun Watson. So we got Tony Rizzo is also weighing in on if Myles Garrett should be traded.
Here's what I would need. If you're going to give me Myles Garrett, I'm sorry, if I'm going to give you Myles Garrett, here's what you got to give me. I need a number one this year. I need a number one next year. At minimum, I would need a 2 and a 4 or a third number one. Now, let me ask you this. What if I get a 1 this year and a 1 and a 2 next year? And Putney. Like, what if you get a throw-in player? What if you get 2 1s and a 2? Would that be the difference maker? Because they're going to not offer you 3 1s right away. They're going to offer you 2, and then they're going to offer you 2. You're going to say no.
To me, I want 3 number ones. I don't know. Maybe that's too much to ask, but I think they got 2 number ones, or they offered 2 number ones for Max Crosby. I believe they got 2 number ones, but correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. But I would want 3 number ones. To me, Myles Garrett is on the top of the mountain. He's the guy. If you're going to give him up, you got to give me something.
Oh, and then they're going to say, all right, what about a 2? What about 2 1s and a 3? No. 2 1s and a 2.
You're piquing my interest a little bit. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's 29 years old is the problem. Well, there's nothing to do with his play right now.
I asked the powers that be because I don't know this. I asked people, who wants him? Cowboys were said to be in. Don't read into the Max Crosby thing that much. I don't know. Didn't they sign some D lineman? They did sign somebody. Eagles, always in the market for an elite defensive lineman. I don't know other teams. The Commanders, maybe. I think it's a finite number of teams that be interested. And I just don't think you're going to get 3 number ones at this point. Now, it's not even about that. It's more about how do you feel about Myles Garrett? Because I love the kid. He plays his ass off. He's a difference maker. But the bottom line is, Coop, you went 3-14 and 5-12 with Myles Garrett in the past 2 years. And I could argue he's had the best 2 seasons of his career. And it still wasn't enough to carry you to the playoffs. Really, the only guy, the only position that can do that is quarterback. And until you have your quarterback, guys like Myles Garrett don't mean too much to you. And I'm not devaluing Myles Garrett. He's a Hall of Famer.
Now, if I was the Browns, I would trade Myles Garrett. I hate to do it like that, but man, you can get 3 number ones for Myles Garrett. That would set you up pretty, man. And he's 29 years old. He's almost 30. He still got a lot of juice left. Somebody would give you that. You know, some team like Philly or some team that's in the mix, all they need is Myles Garrett. With the Browns, we trying to get up off the map. But, I could take it or leave it. But if you're going to give him up, you got to make sure you get 3 number ones at least. Let me know what you guys think. What would you give or give up to get Myles Garrett? And we got Mary Kay Cabot with some audio too, talking about Myles Garrett.
Mary Kay Cabot joining us on the Make It Right Call Kyle Right hotline. Final question from me about the Myles situation. What would your asking price start with?
3 first-round picks. I mean, if you're going to get 2 for Max Crosby, you have to at least get 3 for Myles Garrett. I mean, that's where you would want to land. Maybe you would ask for more than that, but I don't think you give him up for anything less than 3.
Now, Anthony Lyman asked Mary Kay Cabot, is it irresponsible to not try to trade Myles Garrett? Now, I thought this last year before the season that Myles didn't want to come, and I figured, hey, why don't y'all trade him? And they ended up offering him like $40 million or something like that. With this situation, the story broke with Field Yates that Myles Garrett's contract was restructured. I guess the Browns didn't want to come out and say it. That tells me that the Browns are not looking to trade Myles Garrett. They don't want anybody to know. They just quietly restructured his contract. Now, there you go, guys. Mary Kay Cabot thinks Shedeur is the favorite as of right now. If everything stays the same, she's thinking home opener, season opener, it's a 60% chance he'll be the starter next year. Tell me what you think. Is Shedeur your pick to start off the season? He's locked in the lab. And would you trade Myles Garrett now that they restructured his contract? And what do you think you should get for Myles Garrett? How many number ones? I'll see you on the next video.